The girl fainted in the sky, 10,000 meters high. As her falling speed increased rapidly, she jolted awake instantly. She tried to grab the ropes of the hot air balloon, but it was already too late. When Anna opened her eyes again, she found herself hanging upside down in midair. This filled her with immense fear. At that moment, she remembered her companion in the gondola, James, but he was already unconscious. With no other options, Anna began swinging her legs with all her strength. Soon, she managed to grab the edge of the gondola and successfully pulled herself inside. However, the crisis was far from over. Anna still needed to save her companion. By this time, the balloon had reached an altitude of nearly 13,000 meters. The exterior of the hot air balloon was covered in a layer of ice and snow, which had frozen the pressure release valve shut, making it impossible to open normally. As the balloon continued to rise, she had to open the release valve as quickly as possible. It was their only hope of survival. Anna decided to climb up herself. With no safety equipment, the risks were extremely high, but she had no other choice. After half an hour, she finally reached the edge of the hot air balloon, but when she looked up, she realized there was still a long way to the top. Her hands were already frostbitten. At that moment, she tried to grab a hanging rope nearby, but it was just out of reach. By now, Anna was suffering from severe oxygen deprivation. She felt an overwhelming urge to sleep, but the thought of her unconscious companion suddenly revived her determination. Using all her strength, she adjusted her body. Meanwhile, the balloon continued to rise steadily. After tying the rope around her waist, she began climbing once again. 15 minutes later, Anna finally reached the top, but she didn't allow herself to rest. Instead, she started pounding on the pressure release valve with her elbows. Unfortunately, it had no effect. Anna had no choice but to slowly stand up and frantically kick at the release valve. Finally, summoning every last bit of her strength, she managed to pry the valve open. To prevent it from freezing shut again, Anna took out a dagger, cut her shoelaces, and wedged her shoe into the valve. As the air began to circulate, the hot air balloon slowly started to descend.